Hey, what's going on here at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, Indiana? I'm here with Jamie Utley, by the way. Hilarious comedian.
Had a great time with you. You're hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Fun time.
Comic out of Louisville, Kentucky. And I was watching your act. Funny stuff. And you were joking around. And at first I thought you were kidding about you being a former fucking crackhead.
Right, crackhead, yeah.
A crackhead.
A lot of people have a hard time. They think it's part of an act or something. They don't realize how real it is.
What was the worst thing that you remember doing when you were on crack?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. I pawned my mom's walker for crack.
Get out!
Yeah, it was a nice one, had brake on it and everything. I got like $40 for it. It was like a really expensive one.
So what did she end up doing besides obviously crawling?
She still had her cane, which she hit me with.
How long of a stretch were you immersed in that?
Oh gosh. Oh man, like in and out of recovery. So I mean, it's been something that I've struggled with. Well, really, I've struggled with it my whole life. How long at one time? I mean, there's probably been years stretches, but there's also been years of complete abstinence as well.
Right.
So, I mean, off and on, 20 years, easy.
Well, because we were joking around about this recovery program that you're in right now.
Right.
Because you were saying it's not, because I said, hey, would you have a drink or something? But then I didn't want to offer you a cocktail because you said you were in recovery. But tell me the recovery plan that you're in. I've never heard of this before.
Okay. A lot of people think that recovery is nothing but 12-step programs and complete abstinence. Recovery is anything that you're doing to make your life better. So it's not necessarily abstinence-based. And a lot of treatment centers are going with what's called harm reduction therapy because 12-step programs, they're peer pressure orientated. And success is measured by clean days.
Right.
And so you could have 15 years of clean time and have a wonderful life, mess up one time, and then suddenly you're a complete failure. Whereas now they're trying to say that it's not realistic to think that nobody's ever going to relapse.
Right.
And so they do harm reduction therapy where the idea is because basically people get shamed and not go back after they would relapse. Right. And so the idea is let's lessen the times that you screw up and not have as much harmful things like, okay, you screwed up, but this time you didn't lose your job and your home or everything. So the idea is just to not mess up as bad. If that makes sense.
Well, which is great because we were talking about this. I go, because, traditional recovery, if you will, and to recovery. Traditional recovery is like an A or an E. You're either getting an A, and so this is like if you were like a C student. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to be completely clean, but I'm not going to be, a complete douche.
Right.
I'll meet you in the middle.
Right.
I'll have a few shots of, Jameson or whatever, and we're good to go.
Hey, I smoked a little weed, but at least I didn't go smoke crack this time. That's the idea.
I love this glass.
And then
look at that. Glass half full.
He's in recovery.
He's all about glass half full. I'm technically in his recovery plan. You've been doing comedy now for 12 years. Mm-hmm. What's if you can remember, the worst gig or one of the worst gigs that you ever had where you may have actually even thought about, you know what, I'm going to go back to smoking crack?
Oh, there's been many of those moments. Probably, okay, well, I'm not going to mention a specific venue. I had the one in Florida that we were talking about.
Let's move your big meaty
ham sorry.
That covered this.
I was in shame. I was in shame mode.
Why?
I
was
in shame.
People need to see you.
Yeah, see.
You're a beautiful man. Look at this.
That's right.
Okay, worst gig.
I did one at Ellis Park Racetrack one time.
Where is that at?
It's in across the bridge from Evansville, Indiana, and Henderson.
Okay.
And so there would be people. The horse would run down the track like I'm trying to do a punchline, and people would stand up and turn and scream at the track.
They did the comedy show during the race.
During the race.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was one of my first gigs too. I was at an open mic, and the headliner comes up, and here's how I got one of my first paid road gigs. He goes, "Hey, does your car have air conditioning?"
That was
That's how I got.
That was the hook.
You
God, you got AC?
He's like, I'll give you $300 and I'll pay for all the gas and food if you'll drive your car. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that gig any day.
So, but you know, and again, when you're starting out, you'll take anything.
Oh, you'll take anything.
You'll take anything. So you could care less.
Right.
What's the worst hotel that you've stayed at?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
If you can think of it.
Oh. Ooh. Again.
On a gig or when you were doing crack?
Obviously, probably the ones on the gig were probably the worst. There's this one where they used to use in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, I've done that gig. Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty bad. And then there's one and I hate to say the city, in Pennsylvania. That it's like a kind of like you expect the girls from The Shining to be at the end of the hotel, the hallway.
Harrisburg?
Bingo! That's it.
Oh, yes!
The club is great.
I know,
the club is great. Wonderful. And actually, the hotel's actually a lot nicer than what it used to be.
Well, I remember being like I had stayed at that hotel, and there was just people that would be at the club would be hammered, and then they would just stay at the motel,
right?
And it was just the courtyard in the middle,
right,
was like the pool was filled in,
yeah.
But it wasn't like filled in by like professionals. Mm-hmm. It was filled in by like 6 Mexicans that they found,
and now there's like grills
outside of Lowe's, and they just kind of like brought some. They filled the pool with like beans and rice.
Yeah, I worked with the
awful.
Florida comic there. You're from Florida.
Yeah, well,
Ricky Reyes
down there. Ricky's a funny guy.
Really funny guy.
Great guy. Oh my God! So many fun nightmare stories there. what was in Columbus, Georgia? What was about your room there that was so bad? I know the hotel that we were talking about.
I had this particular.
It's a military town. Those of you.
Oh yeah. Oh, the
monster.
And the club
army
is great.
Bases there.
I love Little Bit.
And the club, the club's fun. But the hotel at the time was just a complete nightmare.
Right. Yeah, I was in this one corner room, and they're like asking me. It like had 2 rooms to it. It had like a separate living room from the bedroom.
Oh yeah,
it was real weird. And so they were talking to me like, "So how's the hotel?" I go, "Oh, it's a little rough, to be honest." And they go, "Really?" Because I'm going to go ahead and say it. They said Tennessee Tramp was here last week, and she went on and on about how we put her up in the suite and how great it was. I said, Janet was mocking you.
That's great. Now, we didn't get a chance to really touch on anything as far as like your. Are you into any sports, football, baseball, anything?
I'm a big Jets fan.
Jets fan.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an athlete out there that you would have zero issue if they fell into a wood chipper?
An athlete out there that I would have zero issue if they fell into a wood chipper. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Right
How about
now,
you?
Like right now, mine would be Antonio Brown because he's just such a complete douchebag.
Okay.
So that's it. That's the one that really seems to stick out.
I mean, there's certain ones from time to time. Nothing's really sticking out for me.
Is there any one that you would put in the hotel in Columbus, Georgia, while they waited for their contract to be renegotiated?
Jeez,
You can't think of an athlete that you hate that much.
I'm sure I can.
To put at the hotel in Columbus, Georgia.
Not really.
It's not even killing them.
Not really. No, I can't.
But it's almost as bad as killing them.
I'm sure if I thought about it, there's got to be somebody.
Celebrity. Let's do that.
I mean, I guess I could say Tom Brady.
There you go.
Tom Brady.
Good. You put him in the hotel in Columbus?
I put him in the hotel in
chipper?
Columbus.
Not a wood chipper.
I don't think I put him in a wood chipper.
No. He's in your division.
The coach, I'd probably put in a wood chipper.
The coach?
Yeah.
You're solid with that?
Yeah.
Belichick and a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Look for Jamie Utley as a suspect. You're awesome. Dude's funny.
What about you? Okay,
where can people find you online?
Online. Jamie Utley on Facebook is probably the easiest way.
JAMIE
UTLEY.
UTLEY.
And I got JamieUtley.com. That's about it.
Or go to a pawn shop and see if you can find his mom's walker.
Yeah.
And then trace the address.
Right.
That the guy.
Yeah, that walker's
got
long
from
gone. That walker's long gone.
You're awesome, buddy.
Thank you, man. It's been great working with you. This guy's hilarious.
This guy's
see him in
funny.
Vegas.
We love each other. This is great.
We're going to work together again.
Absolutely.
We're going to work together again.